Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to
ChrisBi
ChrisBi Asks,
Asks,
ChrisBi
ChrisBi
Speaks.
Speaks, where we ask
We speak.
and we enjoy. I'm Abigail and I'm here with my partner Christian. How are you today, Christian?
I'm alright, and we're ending this podcast here today. I'm kidding. How about you, Abigail?
I'm also good. Feeling excited to be here to converse with you. So, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, Abigail, we are going to talk about Juan's Blazing Heart.
Ooh, Juan's Blazing Heart? Now I'm curious, why is our podcast today entitled Juan's Blazing Heart?
As you may know, our center topic here is about reliving the past and embracing the future through Philippine literature. The name Juan, which in English is John, embodies the Filipinos as their optimistic spirit in literature, hence the blazing heart.
Oh, so that's why it is entitled Juan's Blazing Heart. So it's like we're the Juans that wants to preserve Philippine literature as generations continue to rise.
That's right.
I get it now. Anyways, enough chit chat. I believe that we have guests waiting right in the corner, and I am delightfully waiting to hear their thoughts and opinions.
I can't wait as well. Let's welcome here in our podcast a Sophian, a Philippine culturist, and a theater directress.
Hi.
Hello. Hello to the three of you. We are so glad that you're able to join us today. Before we start, how about a little introduction for our listeners?
Hi, my name is Mary Angelique Batarao, a grade 10 student from Escuela de Sofia.
Hello everyone, I'm Jabel Bonite, a Philippine culturist in the National Museum of Fine Arts.
And my name is Kimberly Abihai, a directress at the Cultural Center of the Philippines.
It's nice to meet you three. I hope that all of you are doing fine and comfortable.
Us three are thankful to come here. I have been feeling very comfortable from the moment I stepped into this studio and talked with my new friends.
I am flattered that you have called us your dear friend.
I'm also really happy that I have come here, and as a student, I hope to learn a lot of things from each and every one of you.
I am sure we will learn a lot from you too, Mary. We would like to see the perspective of a learner too. Should we start the questions, Christian?
Yes, alright? Wait, here's a good one. So, what are your insights about the title, Juan's Blazing Heart?
For me, the title talks about one's heart, who is continuously burning from its desire to learn and truly understand our country and its literature, its own beauty. Just like you said, Juan represents us Filipinos, so we are the one that has the burning desire.
Ah, I see. You've got a great point. I have received an information from your classmates right now, and they say that you're a great singer. Could you give us an example?
Can't you see that I'm the one who understands you? Been here all along, so why can't you see? You belong with me.
Whoa!
Wow, that's a wonderful performance, Mary. It gave me goosebumps. How about you, Miss Kim, with the same question?
Thankfully, Mary gave a performance, and it really gave me time to think for the answer. So, as for my answer, once sounded as O-N-E-S or apostrophe S once, and had a blazing heart. They have a deep yearning for their passion and goals, leadership, emotions, and of course, feelings. This affects most of their decision making, which reflects the image of a Filipino. Nevertheless, even if your nationality is not Filipino, as long as your kindred spirit was shaped as a Filipino, you are considered as a one.
Ooh, that is true and powerful. And the phrase there. As for Miss Javel, we are curious as to why you chose the career of being a Philippine culturist.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. Just kidding. It's been a long day since I have this kind of question. It's kind of pressuring me.
Oh my god, the same. I felt pressured earlier too.
But personally, from the information I have studied, one is a boy's name, which means God is gracious. It is also considered as the name of the Filipino heroes and artists, painters, sculptors, and ceramists. As all of you said, it refers to the whole Filipino people. Even if you're half in culture, for example, you're half Filipino and half American, you're still embracing the Philippine culture. Because I remember when we're still kids, there is a story like Juan Tamad, which means the Filipinos are lazy to do something. And up until now, Filipinos are lazy to work and strive to become better. However, it is mostly seen and referred to as communal unity and cooperation. A dedication of a being Filipino is what I sought in the title of Juans Blazing Heart.
Yes, it really brings back childhood memories.
Indeed.
Now I miss being scolded by my parents. As for the question for Miss Kim, through the years you have been a theater directress, what are the changes you have noticed in our own literature?
The globalization and modernization of our materials, together with our knowledge, help in the improvement of our literature. Through the means of theater, movies, and series, different people around the world would witness and recognize our literature. It is more accessible than before, in which few could only watch these compositions. And in regards to the plots, people in charge have broad ideas that they apply in the productions. This includes the reflection, foreshadowing, and lessons from the history of our nation to the present time, which give us a guide for our future actions as a person.
Yes, I have seen that it's more accessible, especially for the youth today, than centuries ago. Moving on, why did you pursue the career of being a Philippine culturist, Miss Jovel?
I pursue this career because I want to remind everyone that our country is beautiful enough that the Filipinos will have no shame to represent and be proud of. Nowadays, people think that our country is messy. So, I'm here, standing to represent the Philippines literature and to tell everyone that it's important, especially to the younger generation.
Oh, so that's very good. Before the follow-up question for Miss Jovel, since Mary already gave us a song, my competitive partner here will not let us pass without her own song entry.
Me?
Yes.
Alright, here we go. When I was younger, I saw my daddy cry and curse at the wind. He broke his own heart, and I watched as he tried to reassemble it. And my mama swore that she would never let herself forget. And that was the day that I promised I'd never sing of love if it does not exist. But darling, you are the only exception, and you are the only exception, and you are the only exception. You are the only exception.
See? Now the voting for the boys is now open.
Ooh.
Just kidding. Now, let us proceed as to why Miss Juvel think it is important to preserve our Philippine literature.
It is important to preserve because we can use this as our guide for the future happenings. Because some of those can reflect the people's everyday living. Younger generation can also use this as their reference because some of the scenes from the novel entitled Nole Me Tangere shows the culture and society of the Philippines back then. We can tell that even if it came from the novel, it really shows the difference of our country now and then.
No limitangere. I used to love that novel. Thank you, Miss Jovel. And lastly, to Mary. As a student, what is the importance of Philippine literature?
Philippine literature is a part of our history as Filipinos. And as one, we must be proud in showing it, for this reflects our life back then when no one holds us from showing it to everyone. Philippine literature tackles the happiness and the struggles of the Filipinos, like the discrimination we have encountered from the colonists back then. It is crucial for us to be familiarized with this because I believe we will not be able to move forward if we, Filipinos, don't know how to look back from where we came.
Ah, okay. An additional question though. How does it help you with your daily life?
It does not help me with my daily life. Rather, I gain knowledge from the Philippine history and, just like what I said, how the Filipinos lived back then. Though our life has been different now, it still joys me that up until now, we have preserved some of our cultures. I become aware of what we were back then, and I became knowledgeable about what we have become now.
That's a very great question for a great student like you, Mary. Thank you for all of you. Me and Abigail are very thankful that you have come here to ask, speak, and enjoy.
Yes. Oh, before we end, how about we all say the outro together?
Alright. Ready, everyone? 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is ChrisBi Asks, ChrisBi Speaks, where we ask
We speak.
and we enjoy. See you next time!
This program of the Sophian Radio is exclusively published by the Paladin Society. The views and opinions of the podcast creators don't necessarily reflect the official policies and position, views and opinions of Escuela de Sofia of Caloocan Inc., its administrators, personnel, and staff, host of program and other people of the network. Any content provided by the people on the podcast are their own opinion and not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual in anyone or anything. Fair use statement: this podcast may contain copyrighted materials, the use of which has not been specifically authorized by the copyright holders. All rights reserved 2022.